everyone, welcome to Marketing in Asia. This is Komal, and today we have Yikping. Hey Yikping, how are you doing today?
Hey, hi Kamala, I'm good. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. You took out time from your busy schedule. And by introduction, Yikping is having over 20 years of experience in financial sector. So Yikping, without delaying our this session, please let us know how old are your kids, which grade they are, which school they go. Over to you.
So I am a single mother of a 10-year-old boy. My boy's name is Isaac. So currently he is in year five.
I see. Lovely, lovely. So, you just mentioned that you have son and you are into, financial sector. So, what's your favorite thing about being a mom? Because you're working also, you are mom at home. So, there should be a lot of, things you might be enjoying. So, what are your favorite things?
I must say, it's the love, the unconditional love that I see that I get from my son. Because as a single mother and I only have one child, so we spend a lot of time together. And I send him to school. I make sure I send him to school because it's like I can hire a transporter, but I think even that short time that I get in the car, I think that's very precious and important to me over the weekend. So I think we bond, and that's something very beautiful. And getting to see him growing up, I think that's something I deem as very, very fortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Because I think if you the travel time when you travel with your son, that is the perfect moment, between mother and son, and share secrets, what is going on, what is not. Because that time there is no phone, we are not into phone, we are just doing conversation with each other, right?
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, that's the time where we also can have small talks. So for me also to understand a bit more what he's thinking, how his school is, because sometimes after work I come home around like 7, 8, so it's a bit late. I have to prepare. Sometimes I have to work late as well, right? So by the time I reach home, if there is any client appointment, I might reach home 9, 10. Yeah, so that morning slot is very important to me. Yeah.
How sweet. So how do you balance your personal and professional life in between?
Actually, to be honest, it's not easy. And I improvise along the way. But what I really now think is very important to compartmentalize and be there in the moment. Meaning that if you are working, then you work, right? But if you're, for example, on holiday, I try not to, think about my work, what's outstanding, or be anxious about things in the office. If I'm holidaying with my son, I want to give him the full attention, or even if we are in a playground, right? I think that is very important, and they, at their age, they can also tell if our mind is not there. The conversations will not be meaningful, and some of the words, the things, the moments, I want to record it in my memory. So that's how I think, I try to balance to make sure that, I schedule time to be with my son.
Yeah, that's true. Because Yiping, what I think is if your kid is coming and you're talking to him, and if the kids are very smart these days, right?
Ex- Yeah.
Yeah. So if they are very observant, and
Mm,
if they see they are talking and you're not focusing on that, you're just thinking something else. They will come one time, two time. After that, they will not come.
exactly. Then they won't be sharing anything. Then
Yeah.
conversation will get less and less as they grow older and older. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I try not to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, this question is, running into my mind. You are working and, you are working at home in office. So there will be a lot of guilt, as a mom. So how do you handle those guilts?
I think talking to other mothers help a lot.
Um,
I sincerely think there's no perfect mother. and including myself or my mom, even my sister, she's also a mother of two. And it helps understanding what are other mothers struggling with. They might struggle with different problems, but it forms a support group, as you talk to other mothers, or sometimes even my single friends, when I go out with them, and talking to them, they might ask me questions, and when I share, I think they give me a lot of different fresh perspective as well. So I think we need to share, we need to learn from other people, and I think that's how I overcome my guilt, knowing that even though I've not done this, or I may be lacking in this, as long as I try my best and I understand that every mother struggle with their own set of issues or problems. We just need to do it our own way, and not try to do everything that everyone has. Not send to all classes, all tuitions, and making sure my son has all the best. I think that's not it. I think it has to be between myself and my son, what we feel that I feel that he needs to develop, and he has to communicate whether he's happy, what's his current state of mind. Like if he likes piano, then I'll send him to piano. I will not force him to go for a piano, for example. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
that's
how I overcome some of these skills, and it's also a process. It's a journey. As a mother, we started out when we gave birth. It's a miracle. You see the kid, you just start to tear, and after that, the hardship comes, right? So yeah, every stages, I think, is a journey, and we learn, and we have to appreciate every moment that we're going through with our kids, our children or child, right? In my case, because I think they grow up very, very fast. So I just want to make sure I don't miss any of the part of his, growing up.
yeah, true. So, you just mentioned that there are a lot of hardships, you were going on, while raising a kid, being a single mother. So there are a lot of lessons, you have learned from the life, from when your child was born, and how you are raising your son. So what is the important lesson you want to teach your kid?
Um, I think I want him to know that it's okay to fail, but not to give up. I think a lot of times, right, even myself, right, as we are growing up, we are very, very conscious and very afraid to fail. Going into an exam, we are always thinking that our parents expect us to be like this. Our parents expect us to, go to the best university, or do this course, or become this profession, right? So I want to give my son, the ability to know that I'm always there to support him no matter what, and he should not give up. That it's okay sometimes that when he learns something, he might not be so good at it, but as long as he try, right? So I think that's something I want him to have that always have that peace of mind, to always have joy, so that when he grows up, he is not always thinking that he's not meeting expectation. I think that creates a lot of stress in someone's body, and that's what I want for my son. I want him to be joyful and have peace of mind, and always know that it's okay. Go for it. If you like something, go for it. Right? I'll be there to support him. Yeah.
True, true. You have, touched a very good point, because right now what happened is there are a lot of competition going on within parents.
Yeah.
Your kid is going to selective school. Oh my God, my kid is not going. Okay, put him into tuition.
Exactly. Very
Right?
right. Yeah.
And your kid is, engineer, doctor, and my kid is like, my daughter wants to be a fashion designer,
Oh.
and yeah, and my son wants to be repairing, a truck, car, and all that. It's okay. It's okay, if you want whatever you feel, because what I feel is whatever kid wants, and if you excel, if push them in that way, they will excel in that particular thing.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true. So, we are talking about a lot of, important lesson you want to learn to your kids. So, what are the most valuable lesson you have learned as a motherhood?
Um, I think as a mother, right, I've learned to know that no matter whether I like it or not, I will be my son's role model. You know, he's watching me, he's learning from me, and I need to walk the talk, right? And if I am, promising something, I need to keep my promise because I don't want him to pick up some of this habits that I feel, as a grown up, we need we know the standards, right? And we are always striving to, make sure that we meet our own principles. So for that matter, I think I have to walk the talk. Right, I can't promise him to bring him to for holiday or bring him to playground, but then I'll say, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm too tired, right? So yeah, so that's what I learned. I think as parents, we should always know that our kids, no matter whether you like it or not, will pick up your habits, will know that you are lazy and or you are not doing something that you're asking him to do. For example, you keep on telling him to please revise your homework, but you yourself, the house is messy or whatever, then that's not showing good example, right? Yeah, so I think that's what I learned. I think it also helps to make me better and more conscious because I now have someone looking up to me, and I'm want to make sure that he grows up to be the man with good moral values, very charismatic, kind-hearted, patient, etc. So that's how I need to develop him, right? And I can't be the other way. If you understand where I'm coming from,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice, nice. I think, the good point you just have mentioned, like we have to be a role example of role model, in front of our kids because kids, if we start discipline in this action, in this, point of life, then only they will become a leader, good leader in their life, right? Discipline and obedience and all these things. I think it matters after a beyond level, you reach a level in your professional and personal life also.
Yeah.
So this is the last thing, I wanted to, I also need some ideas, right? How
Yeah.
how will you celebrate your Mother's Day?
Okay, so normally, Mother's Day for me, because my son's still young, is actually celebrating with my own mother. So normally, me and my sister will plan a nice dinner, and the food will always be my mom who chooses it because she's the so-called the eldest mother, right? Between me and my sister. So yeah, we will always bring her out, make sure that my mom enjoys it the most. As a respect to my mother as well. But my son, obviously, he will always, and they learn this from school, make a Mother's Day card and give me a
Yeah.
kiss. And I think, these are little pleasures of life, and I'm really happy. So I don't think, you need a very big celebration, but it's a constant reminders to even my son or even myself that mothers play a very important role. They are the one that does a lot of sacrifice. They put in a lot. They love their children. So no matter how busy, whether it's a simple meal or at home or outside, I think I make it a point to ensure I celebrate with my mom and with my son there as well, right? And yeah, so that's what I think is important. It doesn't matter what you do, as long as that day you do something. There's a celebration. There's a Happy Mother's Day. You know, greeting. That's enough. Yeah.
To Yikping. Thank you so much, Yikping. After talking to you and after understanding your point of view, so what I felt is you are very positive person and you are very beautiful person by heart, and the things as a single mother you are doing for your son is totally commendable. Hats off to you because. I have a lot of friends here who are struggling, who are a single mother, and they're I would say they're struggling a lot, because they are handling professional life, they're handling personal life, and but you are doing a great job. You just mentioned a lot of good points, like the unconditional love. That is a favorite thing for you as being a mom, and you also, you live in a moment with your son. So this is also in today's digital era. It is the most important thing, for all mothers and kids to spend good time. So Yiping, thanks a lot for sharing your thoughts with us, and it was lovely talking to you. I hope you also feel the same.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks so much. And thanks for having me. And I had such a lovely time speaking to you. Thanks, Komal, for having me.
Thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you as well.